All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Anna Braun.
Here.
Timothy Cummings.
Here.
Jamie Falco. Louis Figueroa.
Here.
Lori Herrick. Lee Woo Hong.
Here.
Wilbur Pan.
Here.
Heather Gloss.
Here. We have a quorum. Please rise to salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's try to make this a quick meeting before the lights go out.
Thank goodness for Kohler.
We did pay the bill, so I just want to make sure.
All right, good evening. We're going to try to move quickly, just in case the power goes out. Okay. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed and acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the East Brunswick Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published and posted at the Board of Education offices. Written notice was also provided to the Sentinel, the New York Star Ledger, the Home News Tribune, the Alternative Press of East Brunswick, and the Municipal Clerk of East Brunswick. All Board of Education meetings, with the exception of executive session discussions, are videotaped for later broadcast. It is the policy of the Board of Education that videotaped meetings are not edited for any purpose. Individuals who speak at the board's public meetings should be aware of those videotaping rules. We have a need for a closed session first this evening. Whereas the Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting, and whereas these subjects are within the exceptions to the Open Public Meeting Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed session pursuant to NJSA 10-4-12B, and whereas the Board of Education intends to discuss matters as listed on tonight's agenda, whereas the length of the closed session is estimated to be 1 hour, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and action will be taken. Can I have a motion, please?
Move.
All right,
Second.
Wilbur, and second, Lori. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? All right, we are enclosed. We will be back in 1 hour. Going to begin this evening with the superintendent's report. Dr. Valesky.
Thank you, President Gloss. Good evening, everyone. On Friday, June 13th, I joined board members at Irwin School's Art in the Sky capstone event. This unique performance piece, made possible by EBEF grant funding, brought together students, parents, teachers, and community members to form a giant polar bear head. Participants wore specially designed shirts representing brushstrokes, creating a truly remarkable and memorable visual captured by drone and covered by EBTV. And I've got
Do you
to tell
see me?
I've got to tell you, we were off to the side, but it
No,
was.
no, I was in there.
Did you go in?
I'm in. I can show you where I'm in. I showed up accidentally wearing a black
Oh.
shirt.
Oh, that's right, they
and
did
yes,
send you in.
They put me in.
But it was quite the process, and getting all the students from the center out, organized in, and they were such a good, well-organized, and very well-behaved group of students.
They were so focused.
Yeah.
It was amazing to see elementary kids so focused and just engaged. There was nothing but people sitting, waiting to do just that. They were so excited.
So the funny thing about it that, wasn't part of the script was everybody got in and sat down on the ground, and literally at one point, Mrs. Chmilowitz said, go into a turtle position, which meant, bend over, and there was like an entire, what felt like 30 or 40 or 50 seconds of complete silence and no movement. And it was so funny with a drone flying overhead and photographing it.
And the parents were, sorry to interrupt, the parents were engaged and involved too, and they came and they were part of the bear, and there were some very little babies in that bear that showed up with parents, and they were quiet too.
Yeah, yeah. You're doing a pretty good job on this. If I just hand the rest
No,
of
no.
it to you.
I have to you do the whole rest, I'll
All
do
right.
that.
So where are you?
You had to be on this part down here, right, and the back side?
I challenged my own children to find me, and they could not.
Was the whole, was it, no, I think it was the whole school.
I'm right there.
All right. It was the whole school at Irwin, all of them?
Yeah.
Except for
The pre-K. The pre-K came out later to watch, but yeah, it was warm that day. So in the rest of my report, this past
So
Wednesday,
sorry.
June 18th, the East Brunswick Police Department spent time with our Central School students during lunch and recess. Officers ate with the students and engaged in fun activities like kicking the ball around, fostering positive connections, and helping kids see law enforcement as approachable and friendly. And we hope this is just the beginning of many opportunities to build bridges between our community and those who protect us. And this is part of the community policing program that has been ongoing throughout East Brunswick.
I was not there. I have nothing to say.
Okay. A huge congratulations to our SAVE, that's S-A-V-E club, and that stands for Students Against Violating the Environment, for winning first place in the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. Very nice. And we're also going to have to give applause to Mr. Crotchfeld, too, because part of this, as you're going to hear, we'll see what his contribution is. The award ceremony took place at Drumthwacket Foundation in Princeton, where our students were recognized by Sustainable New Jersey and First Lady Tammy Snyder Murphy for their incredible work. This dedicated group of students led multiple sustainability initiatives at the high school, including composting over 1,200 pounds of food scraps and partnering with our food services department to shift from plastic to biodegradable utensils. Remember when Joe brought those in for you to witness the different options? So those are actually in place. Now they're looking to expand their mission district-wide, aiming to bring those impactful changes to even more schools. And thank you to their dedicated advisor, Maria Gorman, and our amazing student leaders for their outstanding efforts. Important reminders as we conclude the school year. Friday, June 20th and Monday, June 23rd are single session days for the high school and Churchill only. Tuesday, June 24th and Wednesday, June 25th are single session days for all students, with lunch served for grades K through 6. And of course, Wednesday, June 25th is the last day of school for all students and graduation of the class of 2025, which will take place at the Cure Arena in Trenton beginning at 10:30 a.m. And I'd like to wish everyone a safe and enjoyable summer. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, our student representative is not with us this evening, so we will move directly on to the good of the cause for the public. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters of community interest. To protect the privacy of all students and staff, concerns regarding individual students and staff members should generally be addressed by first meeting with the appropriate administrative staff. In order to permit the fair and orderly expression of such comments, the board shall provide a period for public comment at every meeting of the board. Each person who steps up will have 3 minutes to speak. The board secretary will keep the time. When you step up, if you could, state your name and address, unless you're a student, and then just your name and school. Is there anyone this evening wishing to address the board?
Jeff Winston, Fresh Palms Road, East Brunswick. So I'm going to do this in 2 parts. First, I'd like to address it to Dr. Valesky. As you all are aware, on the board, I did send you a letter that I have been excluded from a long-standing tradition, which has been former board members being able to give their kids their diploma, along with sitting on the stage and taking part in that ceremony. Dr. Valesky has decided that that's not going to happen for me and has decided to treat me as such. Dr. Valesky, let me just real quick with you, and then I'm going to talk to the president. You're resigning because of you, not because of me. Things happen to you is not true. Nothing happened to you. Hundreds of people have spoken to you and told you how to do your job better. You admonish them. You remember the big dog comment? You're leaving this district because you're an outsider and you did a poor job. Make no mistake. Enough with you. President Guas, there will come a time when your daughter is going to graduate, Lou, Liwu, and all of you who have children, Tim, in the district, and if your politics don't align or your feelings don't align with that superintendent at that time, you could have this done to them. You didn't hurt me. You hurt my boys. You hurt children. My boys are so miserable. Their words in describing you, Valesky, is bully. And you are. You're a bully. You're taking your shortcomings out on my children. That's pathetic. Do you even like children? How in God's name can you stare at me and this board allow this to occur? Heather, how can you let this happen? He is your employee. He is your employee. Everybody on this board should be disgusted by what you're doing. And if and I've heard that the reason why is because I resigned. Dude, you resigned. What are you going there for? So please, spare me your blank stare. I wish you were leaving now. And now that you're leaving in February, there's a high likelihood I'm going to be sitting on this dais in January. I will not forget this. And Matt, be an attorney. For God's sakes, tell him it's a bad idea. This tradition has existed since, while I was on the board. Who was it? Chad Saylor, Todd Simmons, Mark Carangelo, and all former board members were given that privilege as a result of the years of service. And you sit there silently and allowing this to happen? I did have an attorney who wanted to take the case, but you've made such a fiscal mess of this district, I couldn't, in good ethics, make you pay to defend your stupidity and your stubbornness. Shame on you. Heather, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Get your board together, override this man's decision that is impacting kids. How would your daughter feel? Give it some thought.
Thank you, Jeff. Anyone else?
Good evening. My name is Neil Shaw. I live at 1 Jennifer Court. I know that we are actually going to be appointing a new person to sit on the diocese. And I just wanted to remind everybody of the rules for people that can vote for the diocese. If you do have any sort of association or affiliation with any of the groups within town, especially if that person is going to be reporting to them or voting with them, they should be recusing themselves from that vote today. They should not be receiving any of the packets. They should not be reviewing any of the people that should be applying for this position. So we have had that in the past where President Locke removed herself when she had somebody that she was associated with. So I hope you guys do the same thing going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Okay, Fran Snow Eyes, 7 Schindler Court. I'm going to speak a little off the cuff today and a little from what I have here. I will preface what I'm about to say with revisiting my June 4th email to you all about the comprehensive equity plan and my contest of the plan, in hopes that you have 30, I'm assuming, calendar days, which takes us to July 3rd to hear back from someone. I did have some clarifying questions that I sent in an email this week. I would really appreciate that, and I say that on the coattails of my son sitting in a bomb shelter for the last 7 days, okay? And me not being able to get my son home. He's there because he wasn't feeling safe here. This comprehensive equity plan is designed to be, as we know, quantitative and qualitative. But the quantitative piece of this guides us in how and what kind of quality we give our kids afterwards. If we're dishonest about how we are interacting with this plan, how we're implementing HIB, how we're investigating our HIB, right? To not be forthright or have everything on the table as quantitative is a real disservice when it comes to what kind of quality we can give our kids, right? So I'm not really sure what's happening with the comprehensive equity plan. I hope that you are in a position where you are reviewing it and we're in a place where we can start taking what we have, the numbers, the data, the information, and come up with some actionable, measurable, and sustainable goals for our community. Our kids deserve it. My 7th grader deserves it. My 11th grader, who is in Israel right now, deserved it. Right? So please, let's revisit this. Let's just go back for a second. right? I trust that you guys can all do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. Anyone else this evening? All right, then I'm going to close the public portion, which takes us to Dr. Valesky. Did you want to add anything there?
If I could clarify directly to Mr. Winston's comments. Mr. Winston was not clear that he was offered the opportunity, and I assume is still participating in graduation, and will come to the stage to give his sons their diploma or diplomas. And the only difference is he is not sitting on the stage with the board because you
Guys, it's not back and
resigned.
forth. Guys, no, it's, sir, there's not a back and forth. If Dr. Leskey, if you want to make a statement, you can make a statement, but we're not going to have a back and forth dialogue.
The sole reason is because Mr. Winston resigned from the board and with the words effective immediately and left the board. There is no other board member who has participated in graduation who resigned from the board and came back to give diplomas.
Thank
So
you.
it's-
All right, moving on to our agenda. Can I have a motion I would like to combine the whole agenda. It doesn't in any way discourage any discussion. Can I have a motion for the entire agenda this evening? No. Wilbur and Lori, discussion? No, discussion of moving the whole agenda?
Well, the
Okay.
discussion on the
Sorry.
items now.
Okay. Did you need a vote on the whole?
No, no.
No, no.
Okay, fantastic, thank you.
The
No,
agenda's
no
on
the table.
Discussion on any of the items on the agenda.
Fantastic. I'm just going to start from this side and move around, and then I'll come back if we need to. Did you want to start, or did you want me to come back?
I can't find, it was old page 29, contract award, board attorney. Is that still?
That is removed from the base part of the agenda.
Got it, that's all I wanted to know.
So that's not within this.
Perfect, because I thought I couldn't find it. Okay. And I was just really happy to see that we got a grant for optimal comprehensive universal screener, which is really fantastic. So thank you to the person who wrote the grant for that, and also the grant for Special Olympics, New Jersey Unified Champion Schools. They're two very valuable items. Thank you.
Thank you. Lori?
Sorry. Also going to echo that, happy to see that we're resubmitting for the grant for the unified sports. And also just want to thank the Warrenstoffer PTA for their donation on the agenda this evening.
Thank you. Tim, you're good? Leo, anything?
Yes. For the business and support operation item number 5, Ms. Giuliani, would you please elaborate how this contract works? Because we pay the form with a flat audit fee in the amount of $83,500. And under that number, they list the hourly rate. So can you please elaborate how those rate works?
Yes, so the base fee covers the annual audit and all of the work related to the annual audit. There are hourly rates also indicated. They have nothing to do with the annual audit itself. Those rates would apply if we needed the auditor to do supplemental work. What would that be? So it would be, for example, if we wanted an interim review of student activity funds, which we've done in the past. We would do an interim review of those, and that would be above and beyond what the base audit is. If there was work required to any kind of special financing where the auditor's review of that information was necessary, that's where that would apply. But the base audit is covered.
Okay, so we are paying the form for the flat fee.
Correct.
If there's nothing happen, no additional work is needed, so we just pay the flat fee.
Correct.
Thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome.
And I want to echo my fellow board members, really appreciate you guys trying very hard to apply for every single grant. At this time, it's very difficult. We are under financial stress. So please try your best. If there's any grant, just try it. So most of the time, I know you guys got it. This is very important for our students and our school district. Thank you.
Wilbur?
Yeah, so I'd also like to express my appreciation for the efforts to the grant money coming in. Every little bit helps. My one question is on item 12 for business and support operations, the contract for the school physician. First of all, I do not want to, hold up, this year's contract. But one thing I do want to note is that the physician here, Dr. Min Cha, is certified in emergency medicine, which is fine. But given that this is a school district, I'd like to see if there are any options for someone with pediatric experience as well. We can, target this for the following year. And the main reason that I'm bringing this up is under the description of items that the the school physician would be providing as a chief medical officer, which is not necessarily specific for a scope of practice. But the other items here are athletic physical reviews, cost physical exams for students who do not have a medical home, and cost per game to attend football games. And for the first two, any physician should be able to do this, but again, we have kids in our school district, and so someone with pediatric experience might be better suited for those items. Thanks.
Thank you. Lou, anything? All right. All I had to say was about the grants as well. It's just nice to see. I mean, I know the work that goes into getting them, so I'm truly very appreciative. All right, because the number of items, this is a roll call vote.
Anna Braun?
Okay. Page 7, item 7, memorandum agreement, I need to abstain. Everything else is yes.
Noted.
Thank you.
Timothy Cummings?
Yes.
Louis Figueroa?
Yes.
Lori Herrick?
Yes, abstain under Board of Education number 6, the minutes from the May 22nd meeting.
Noted. Li Wu Hong?
Yes, abstain from business and support operation item number 20.
Item 20?
Yes.
Noted. Wilbur Pan?
Yes.
Heather Gloss?
Yes.
Motion's
All
carried.
right, motion's carry. Moving on to committee reports, information items, and the good of the cause for the board. I will start because my list is ridiculously long because there are so many good things that are going on in the district right now. I feel like I haven't been home in days. Just so much to go to. So congratulations to the high school on a beautiful yearbook, followed by senior sunset last night. The weather was not so beautiful, but they were inside and signing and happy to be together. So thank you, I believe, to the PTA for sponsoring that. Congratulations to our retirees. I had the opportunity to attend with Dr. Valesky the East Brunswick Education Association retirement dinner. It was amazing. They definitely know how to throw a party. And I just want to congratulate again all the retirees that were there and the retirees that were not there. It's just quite the accomplishment. I also want to thank the high school and Frank Malta and Julie Circus and Dr. Bashore and everyone who had a hand in doing the senior sports banquet. The banquet used to be at a banquet hall.
With dinner.
With dinner, and it was incredibly hard to hear. So this was amazing and so well organized. The students were actually seated in order that they were getting the awards too. So it just moved beautifully, and they were all so happy. And it was so, if you have the opportunity to go, they say a lot about our students' character, and that's always beautiful to hear. So that was an amazing event, and I really enjoyed the Irwin Art in the Sky. I wouldn't interrupt you
And
again.
and participating.
And participating.
Yes.
Wasn't planning on participating, but I really enjoyed it. And it was nice to talk to the principal and the staff about that this was something that arced over a full year and everyone was able to participate in. It was just very, very inclusive, which is always good to see in our schools. And it's nice to see a school working on something that fits specifically their community. The principal was very insightful. All right, anyone else? Yes.
So I also wanted to echo the comments about the recognition of the students' achievements at the athletic awards. Lori Herrick and myself were also able to attend that as well. And, my takeaway, I know I've said this before, we're not really a sports family because my kids have inherited my talents in that regard. But what really impressed me was more so than the athletic achievements that our students have accomplished, but all the wonderful things that they've done off the field. To me, that was a really touching and moving thing. I also had the chance to go to Central's 75th anniversary. Dr. Figueroa, Mr. Hung was there, I think. That was, and Dr. Valesky, yeah. We were all there. It was a wonderful thing. It was nice to see all the kids lined up in a rainbow, color-coded by grade. That was a lot of fun. As well. And the other thing that I attended, I just wanted to give a shout out to, is the CPAG family meetup at Great Oak Park. It was a wonderful event. This event was designed to bring the families together so they could meet and network and get to know each other. And it seemed like a successful event in terms of the turnout. I was very surprised to find out that this is the first time that they had tried it because it was so well run from the time that I was there. And on top of that, the weather was so good that I want CPAG to coordinate all of our outdoor events from here on out because it was perfect. So, thanks.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to echo the words of my esteemed colleague here. The Central School 75th celebration was outstanding. Dr. Gaskell, his staff did a tremendous job. I want to thank also EBEF for what they've done and helping out in the garden. Just a real nice day, a real good time to say, you know what, with all that's going on in our schools, it's nice to see the little kids and each class. So pre-K, kindergarten, first, second, they all came up and spoke and said, certain things that are important to them, and it's just really nice. So once again, thank you, Dr. Gaskell's staff, Dr. Valesky, for organizing all of that, and the EBEF. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, go ahead, leave it.
I want to echo Dr. Penn, Dr. Figueroa, comments about Central 75 anniversary. It's really beautiful event. Those lovely kids, they form a very beautiful rainbow sitting there for the entire event. Even the temperature was very high. I was dressed up, so I was sweating. And it's 75 years for a school. Means a lot for this community. And they are still growing. And, I'm sure they, under the Dr. Gaskell's leadership and future principal's leadership, that school will grow even better. So at the same time, I want to appreciate EBEF's effort. They sponsor a lot of programs there, grants to Central School. And I want to, I'm proud of for that 75 years old school, and the community should be proud of their school too. So, and I'm sorry I didn't go to the retiree party due to my own complex scheduling. It was on my calendar, but I couldn't make it finally. But I wish all the retirees very happy life after they put on their jobs, enjoy their retirement. And I want to thank them for their effort, for the dedication to our school, our teachers. Thank you, all retirees.
Anyone else? All right, and finally, I just want to wish all of our students a wonderful, relaxing, and rejuvenating summer. And congratulations to our seniors in just a few days. I will be there and be crying a little bit, I think. But congratulations to our seniors on graduation. And to all the little ones that have moved up. The moving up ceremonies are going on. We're seeing pictures of them all over town, a lot of proud faces. So I wish everyone a wonderful graduation week and end of school. My youngest is actually very upset about school ending, which I think says a lot about the district. All right, we have a need for a second closed session. Whereas the Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting, and whereas these subjects are within the exception to the Open Public Meeting Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed session pursuant to NJSA 10-4-12B, and whereas the Board of Education intends to discuss matters as listed on tonight's agenda. Whereas the length of the closed session is estimated to be 1 hour, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and action will be taken. Can I have a motion, please?
Move.
Wilbur and Anna. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? All right, we are in closed. Okay. And we are back. All right, we need to vote on other actions, number 1 only. And this is, I'm so sorry. I was looking to see if it was a roll call.
No,
Okay, I'm sorry, voice vote.
we can do a roll call.
We don't have to do a roll
Okay.
call. All right, so for under other actions, number 1, can I have a motion, please? Anna and Wilbur? Thank you. Discussion? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Okay.
All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Who was that?
Wilbur.
Wilbur?
Second.
Second by Anna. Discussion? No. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Fantastic. We are closed.
All right.
Everybody have a good evening.
Thanks, everyone.